My mother is shaman, my father is shaman, from long lineage of shaman. So I didn't choose to be shaman. I born shaman. I remember when I was very young, maybe 6 years old, I was running in the rainforest when it was raining. So singing until I was very cold, doing these things near the fire. So I grew up in the rainforest without any connection with the modern world. And we still without using shoes. And I think maybe a little short I had. So sometimes it's emotional because now I'm here, I can see how children can use a lot of clothes. So, but in my time, but I was happy. I didn't need the things, but sometimes emotional, to see what is happening in the modern world. I started my shamanism when I was 9 years old, when for first time my father said to me, "Come to the circle, you are a man." So maybe you can say in your mind, only nine years old, and he was invited to be a shaman. So that is in our culture. For example, in our culture, we have to learn in very early or very young age. For example, when I was 6 years old, I had to fish for feed at home. So I was a man. So when I was 9, I think was for them enough man to start shamanism. So that's how I went to do the circle of shamanism, and that's how it was my first time when I did the ayahuasca medicine. But I continue with my life doing shamanism or practicing. Still, my mother and my father taught me. I had another teachers, more than 100. I was looking power. I was doing with ego. Sometimes we are looking for power, control. That's how is this society. People control people. Countries control countries. So, in the middle of many that things, so I'm talking my experience was ego, is to be arrogant, to be powerful. I want to control, I want to know more than the other. But for me, my shamanism now is, I found the key. And that's how I said, okay, now I'm going to be authentic. Now I'm going to be real. So the key to be that was love, forgiveness, patience, acceptance, compassion. That is my shamanism. I'm sharing my shamanism with that keys. If it's not, I'm going to be in front of yours, I'm talking about shamanism. And I have to start that things at home, in my house, with my daughter, with my wife, with my friends. And that's how to be here, face to face with you. If it's not, I'm not going to give. If it's not, only I'm going to be showing you. So I would like to share my wisdom with my heart. With the bottom of my heart. So can you please, we are going to concentrate, to be us, to take our center in our heart, to connect with our heart. Kariya chaita kayasha tapini Waniya chaita kayasha tapini Indi shinari kurisha Shayari tairi 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 tairi. Talung mundu tambishami shayarini karishitu kaima chainata kishami uyarini karishitu kaiririri ririri kaiririri ririri kaiririri ririri. Tukuya chaita kayasham takini Yasaya chaita kayasham takini Sisaya chaita kayasham takini Indi shinari kurisham Shayari tairi riri riri tairi riri riri tairi riri riri tairi. Kariya chaita kayasha takini Warniya chaita kayasha takini Indi shinari kurisha Shayari tairi riri riri tairi riri riri. Hatung apu hao pachaitia kai pachata hao pachata seriko kamba maki kai punjata churanchi kanyu kanchita suma yuyaigunata churai kanyu kanchita suma kausaita rikuchi yachachi was ashka pagrachu kai punjamanda kamba maki nyukanchi shimita nyukanchi yuyaigunata churanchi kamba shungu nyukanchi shungu achu kamba yuyai nyukanchi yuyai achu. Thank you. Pagrachu, gracias. So I would like to say, Vicky, you remember when a long time ago I wrote to you saying I'm doing the male-female energy song. That was the song, and so it was amazing time because still you said something about male and female energies happening. So that was the song.
Thank you so much. So we've really cleared and balanced the air. I'm so grateful for it, because the energy feels so much more balanced now in the space. Thank you, beautiful Ecuador. Thank you.
Thank you for your confirmation too, that time. So it doesn't mean only it's a song, We have to put in balance male and female energy. But because always, was before, or I don't know, until now, maybe in South America, in my culture, in your culture, always is men, men. What happened with women? So that was in this balance. So we said, why? So after many things, I had some time with my mother, and I know I had experience about my mother when shamans men doesn't like a shaman woman. I said, why? What's the difference? You know, I always said women are powerful and they're very special. They can't be the same a man. What I'm saying, because that we have to know that things. So, and that's how I learned to say, what is happening? Shaman man doesn't like my mother. Why? Or what is? So I'm a man. Why? You know. So that's the way I learn to put in balance male and female energy. That's how it's, you know, still I was talking to Tamara saying, it's still scientifically, genetically, we are X and Y. I'm correcting that word? Y is okay?
Yeah.
So, stand your hand and tell me, oh, can you repeat if it's not my language, I'm doing my best. So, that was saying, Vicky, so for me it's an honor to see the things too, because you were confirming in that time about the male and female energy. Yeah. So, the life to be shaman in the rainforest, you know. So sometimes I have my niece who always is asking me, oh, what is going to happen? Oh, what is coming? What is this one? What is this one? What is this one? The same, for her, I am the same, a newspaper, but I don't have, I'm only want to explain the things, because I have to know every question. What is going to happen this one? It still only knows, it's not question, it still is testing me, if I'm able to know. So that's how I take my niece experience, because she would say, what's happening to, if it's raining, oh, this is how it's going to be. So that is the life in the rainforest. And I would like to talk a little bit too about what has happened the last time. I fight a lot. I fought.
Yeah.
I fought a lot with the oil company, because the oil company was arrived in the rainforest, cutting down the trees, putting toxics in the earth, doing many things. And if they put toxics in the earth, and after that, you know, we have many channels to go to the rivers, and that's how we still. I still now we have fishes dying. It's still human. It's not easy to grow vegetables and to eat, because it's contaminated, you know, with the toxins in the earth. So I fought a lot with the oil company. We said we are not agree with the oil company. Indigenous people, we are not agree, because the rainforest for us is our home, our garden, and our pharmacy. So how you are going to destroy the things? It's still someone, you know, if it's still someone going your house and say, oh, I'm going to do this one, I'm going to take this one, you are not going to agree with that. So it's the same for us in the rainforest. We said, how you come here and you said you want to do our, what is the rainforest is our home. You are going to destroy our home. You are not going to permit that things. Or who is going to permit? I think nobody is going to permit that things. So many things happen there. And after that, for, you know, oil company people manipulate my people. I always am talking, because the oil company have a big parties there, organize a big parties, give alcohol, and the leaders are drunk for saying something. And I say, oh, I don't know what I did. Well, it was late. Because that's how oil company people manipulated to indigenous people. So only not that, and now our indigenous people are addicts, have addiction, because we are not strong to resist. If they gave alcohol, we are going to pick up quickly. So happened many things. So I had to leave my house, my land, because people from my community accept the oil company. And was a little bit not easy. I said, okay, I have to go for this place because I'm saying I'm not agree how I'm going to leave that things. So I do some document to the community saying I have to leave, I can't live in that way. So now I'm in different place, the place where I grew up. In Shaman, we live in the rainforest. We are visionary. We know what happened. Without still, we don't have any news, and still we are visionary. That's how we understand what is happening in the other, we said in other countries, because we can see. Maybe that is how we develop, because we don't have newspaper. We say, oh, if some bird is singing, something say, okay, something is happening, or in some community, or some place in our country, with something happening, or say, oh, what is happening in different countries. And sometimes we can't understand. That's how we know. And that's how the Mother Earth is sending people. It's not only in indigenous people, it's in anywhere. That's how you know. We have here many people. There's the voice of the Nicola, the voice of the Vicky, my voice, another voice too, the voice of Tamara. Many voices, the voice of this beautiful lady. So that's how the Mother Earth, the voice of the Holy, that's how sending is. That's how we shouting for the Mother Earth. We crying for the Mother Earth. So that's how Mother Earth is through us, is sending the message. But that's still, we have to know we have to know who we are, who I am, and what I'm doing here. What is how I'm going to serve, to do the service for the earth. But you have to do something is for you. I can't do another thing. Maybe I can't do something Nicola is doing, because I have to do something I have to do. If it's not going to be a mess, Or sometimes we walk. This is our path, but we walk here, and we still knowing what is going to happen here. We go in that way. Sometimes never we are going to come back the real path, or sometimes it's going to be long time, or sometimes maybe we are going to lose our leg or our eye, and that's when maybe sometimes people need to lose some leg for understand what is or what is happening. Or sometimes have to happen something to you to say, okay, oh no, I know what is happening. No. We have to walk with our heart. How I said before, that is the key. I'm saying with my experience, because I did a lot about energy. I was looking power, was ego. I did a lot. But what's the reason, Only for your ambition, that's you want, I want. That wasn't the way. Yes, that wasn't the way. The way was my heart. To be in the modern world, I know you live in very colorful rainforest with concrete, and it still is beautiful. In the middle of many things, what is you find a little bit difficult to connect, but doesn't mean you are not able. You are a strong people. If I can't connect, you are able to connect. So, wasn't your fault. Sometimes if you it's a little bit difficult connect with many big distraction, television, mobile phone, many things. In the middle of that, money, the biggest distraction. That's how stressed people. When I go to my rainforest, we live without electricity. We live drinking water from the river or from the small streams. Is correct, these streams? So That is still in that way we live with freedom. We don't need anything. But yes, you need here. So sometimes children, they don't know where come from the chicken or carrot. Sometimes when I'm saying I had to fish when I was 6 years old, because was not going to easily to take, because we have in abundance. So we're here children, because you don't learn in that way. Still maybe you are adult, you don't learn in that way. And that's how is the disconnection. That is the modern world. But doesn't mean this we don't agree with the modern world. But I was saying, indigenous people, we know how is arriving the modern world in the rainforest. But we can't go behind. We have to confront the modern world. We are not able to stop the modern world. We have to stand and say, okay, we are going to cross the modern world with our own cosmovision, without losing our identity. We have to be us. How we are going to stop? We are not able to stop. But we have to be said, okay, it's going to arrive, but we are going to receive in good way. Be us without losing. It's not easy, that world. Many people in the rainforest, young people, they saw a mobile phone, they want mobile phone. I was saying someone, when you first time you saw McDonald's, you went to McDonald's to eat because it was new. So that's happened in the rainforest too. I would like that t-shirt. I would like that trouser. That is contaminated. But if we educate children, that's how I'm saying in the rainforest, we have to cross that lineage, thinking how we are without losing our identity. We have to be how we are. Doing shamanism in the modern world is a little bit different. Sometimes people understand in different way. It wasn't easy. In the rainforest, we don't charge when we're doing healing or doing curing. We don't charge because we don't need. My first time in the UK was a little bit difficult for me. How I'm going to say that is the cause. It was difficult, to be honest. I have to meditate. I have to ask what I'm doing. I have to do in good way. I have to ask what is. So that was the biggest difference. Sometimes I have in my mother's house or in my father's house 20, 30 people. We have to give food them. We have to look after them until they are okay or they are well, and they can leave from our house. Imagine, but sometimes, some day, my niece said to me, I'm tired cooking for all them. But she had a reason. Oh, you say, yes, okay, yeah. We have to give food, we have to give chicha, we said that. We have chicha, our traditional drinking. Still, who can give food here to you? Nobody. I know this country is very expensive in comparison of my country, Ecuador. Still, if you travel to rainforest, we don't know about money there. We don't know everything we share how have to be. But nobody can say that this is free for you. But that's happening in the rainforest. But I know I understand about that. I always said to my light, I would like to do good. If I'm not eating well, how I'm going to do good job? If I'm thinking in something, how I'm going to do good job? I'm going to be half thinking here and half doing my job. It's not possible. I have to do my job. I have to pass my message totally. I was saying the man, nice man sitting there. The tree doesn't waiting who is going to feed them. The birds, they don't waiting who is going to feed them. And still they are alive. And still they are happy. So, and I have very good example when I know Vicky. She's doing many things. When I saw first time, she's moving. It's no easy, Vicky, but you're doing well. So that's very important. When you are going to do something, you have to decide it. I'm saying, no, I'm going to do now. No, I'm going to do. No, doesn't work that things. If I'm going to do, I'm doing here in the UK, it's not easy. I'm doing very expensive country, but I'm not thinking what I'm going to eat tomorrow. I'm not thinking what is coming. If it's not, doesn't work. How is, if I said the Mother Earth is sending to me, how am I going to live now? Because I know if I'm doing well, always I said, if you are okay, if you are well, everything around you is going to be well. We are not looking the monster outside, the monster is inside. And we have to recognize how many faces have that monster. I was talking to the lady. We say, I'm not the same in the West. I said, I have many guns here. You know, I said, maybe the lady said, what is going to say? I have the guns of the love. I have the guns of the forgiveness. That's how I work. And sometimes many things come, people criticizing to you, people say many good things and bad things. But if you have that guns, it's easy kill. Before came through you. Because if you open the door, come through you, it's going to destroy you. It's going to destroy me. I have to see here. I say, okay, no. I'm not blamed. If you are blamed, you have to take the things and say, I'm not blamed. I'm not going to be puppet. Sometimes we are puppet with the society, with many things. We have to say, it's enough. I'm going to do this one, I have to do. I decided to do, I'm going to do. And you are not alone. There are many people who are doing the same we are doing. You are not alone. So, with the point is we have to connect in a spiritual way up. That's how we know what happened. So yeah, I would like to say, for example, it's still between Mother World and the rainforest, in anywhere you can find good and bad, light and darkness. In anywhere, everywhere, every people in anywhere is struggling for light and dark. So, it's still in the rainforest, it's still here, I experiment that. I learn a lot. I learn a lot come from those on a small village in the rainforest and to big city. But always, you and me, we are going to learn. I'm here to learn, to listen and to teach. Always, still if I have 90 years old, I'm going to continue learning. It's very important when you decide it. If it's your path, you have to decide it. If it's no, what is your path? You have to find your path, your real path. I can do somewhere else job. I have to do my job. If it's no, I'm going to do no well. When I was thinking about this talking, and I was translating something. I would like to read. It's okay with you? I don't know how it is because I was a little bit struggling to do the translation too. But I was talking, saying, what is coming? Because I don't want that was the message to me. Generally, I can't go with my words, but I would like you listen. Maybe it's for one, or maybe for everyone, or maybe for two. So it's the same I'm talking, but I would like to, and still I'm learning English, so I would like to do hours. And after that, you qualify me? So don't worry if some indigenous from the rainforest who grew up there is here, you are able to do more than me. So don't feel afraid. If it's your path, you have to do in that way. It's not easy to be in front here and to talk, you know. But if I'm able, everyone here is able to do it. Still, I'm doing different language. It's not easy to speak another language. Thank you. So I'm going to read how I was right. I would like to talk about how my life in the rainforest under the canopy and at one with nature. We live in the harmony and in balance. We use our senses to guide us throughout the day, and we rely on our most basic instincts to survive and to thrive and to feel right from wrong. I grew up spending my earliest years listening to the nature and feeling what the forest feels. There were no limits upon my energy, no opinion passed, no restrictions, social rules to follow, allowing me to feel totally free and truly alive. When you bring elements of shamanism and the practice of shamanism into everyday life, it sharpens the brain, forces you to use your senses and to look further ahead, much further than what your eyes can see. Your nose can smell, your tongue can taste, or your hands can touch. You even have to let go of your imagination, or rather, the imagination of your imagination. You must let go of what you know. Your physical senses became almost obsolete in moments of intense awareness, and at other times they are an integral part and essential. Practice shamanism with enthusiasm. In the rainforest, we start the day with a reflection on the night that has passed, like it was the beginning of the day ahead. We drink Wayusa tea and share our stories about the energies that visited us and the dreams we may have experienced. Each day begins with advice, interpretation, and a clearing of emotion, of energy, like a new perspective based on the message we may have received during the night. Sometimes, of course, it is just a dream. We can feel the difference. Coming to the UK, experiencing the modern world has been an unusual time for me. It has been like a big jigsaw that took my life and everything I knew, broke it up to pieces and mixed it up I have needed to put it back together piece by piece. I was lucky to have a very supportive wife. She and her family have helped like sorting out all the edges or corners and bits of sky, so I could see the picture coming together. I am still looking for new pieces. You live in a very colorful and energetic land that you live, full of history and histories and energy, old and new. Nature has been removed in many places, replaced by roads and buildings, and this I have found has fragmented energy, but not always in a bad way. At first, I found it hard to think. So many people, so much mechanical noise, so much energy. I had to meditate at night in the garden of our little house to look for and to relax and find connection with nature. I have been surprised at how shamanism is sort of tried out, experimented with, tasted, treated as an experience. I have experienced positive and negative, light and dark, shamanic energy here. Powerless struggles happens in everywhere, but I do now begin to find it sad that now, in this time when there is so much fight for together, that energy is used in destructive ways and not to unite us. This is all of our journey. The guess and achievement at balance and peace must never leave our mind. We have a more urgent responsibility together, saving Pachamama, Mother Nature, to listen for her daily, to protect her daily. In the rainforest, many people are being worn down. The people who have the least resources to do so are fighting the hardest and alone. I have seen my family are experiencing what is happening firsthand. It is fortunate that there are people like you coming together and spreading the word. We must ask ourselves, is what we are doing enough? There is an intensity of energy buildings. The balance is tipping, and more must be done to unite people and reject the things we know are not right. There has never been a mere important time to put into everyday practice that maybe we are only thinking what we can do. We must listen to our heart use our instinct, move with honesty, integrity, and love. We must be brave, keep strong. We cannot and must not fail. I wrote that. So I'm happy to share with you because something very strong to say to me, I have to read this one. And so I feel a little bit difficult, but I did. So, so now I would like to do again concentration to send the gratitude to the blessing to everywhere, people who are fighting the same as. It's okay? Thank you very much. Pagarachu, Ashka Pagarachu. Gracias, gracias.